Alright, so in the last video, we successfully cut all these little molding pieces in. They were letter F and G, and they seem to fit together mighty fine. I would probably recommend you guys go ahead and cut them all and fit them in, make sure everything fits, and then we could just go ahead and glue it all together on one day. And that's what we're going to start doing here today. So everything looks pretty good. I think we're actually ready to go ahead and put these in. We're really going to use the glue to hold it, and we'll probably just wind up putting 3 on these short pieces of molding, and we'll do 4 on these over here. Remember, our spacers are key when we put this together. This spacer right here is the exact thickness as our mirror, so they obviously need to go in so that we have a nice tight fitment. Anyways, let's go ahead and we're going to start putting these here in. So sometimes what you can do if they don't exactly fit in is you can pull out in the center right here to relieve a little bit of pressure. It really depends. You just got to be really careful because these things they're pretty brittle, to be honest with you. So we're going to come over here. We're going to remove this one out, just leave it right up here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to start putting some of this stuff here in. So I personally am going to tell you that we're going to start on a small section and then we're going to go to a big section. The biggest reason is when we go ahead and we try to put these in, what we don't want to do is smear the glue all the way down. We just want to kind of put it in, all right, with our glue on, put it into place, and then let it go. The goal is to have no glue up here, so we're just going to use a very small amount of glue and strategically place it in. So let's see here. We're going to go ahead and turn this. This one, put it right up here. All right, get this one down here, and I'll move this one up here. And I'm looking mighty fine right here. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to grab a little bit of this glue, and remember that we don't need a lot. Somewhat okay if it comes out the back side. If it comes out the top, what are we going to have to do? Wipe it, right? Alright, so we did have a little bit that came out over here, so we're definitely going to want to have a nice wet paper towel. So this feels pretty good right over here. And we have this in over here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use some small nails for these. Looks like I have some. These are 1-inchers. And we're going to make sure the air line's on. It's actually not. I'll leave this here out of the way. And we're going to put our first nail in about an inch to an inch and a quarter. We're going to put it right here. And when we do this, we're going to put it right here. I'm going to hold it in, my finger far enough away. The nail is actually going to come out of this side of this nail gun. So when we use this, we're going to strategically use this point right down here. We know the nail is going to come out of here, so that's where we're going to be aiming the gun. And it's okay, we're going to probably go on a slight angle in. All right. That looks good right there. So we know that one there is not going to move anymore. And how many nails did I want to put in this this piece? Do you remember? 3. So we're going to do 3 in this one and 4 in this one over here. So I like the way that this is right here. down here, we're gonna make sure that we're snug down here. That looks very nice. So where was that wet paper towelette that you had? So it's a great idea right now that we try to get any and all glue that may have came out. So I'd wipe it with that, and then I would recommend that you guys go ahead and grab like a flat edge, like a screwdriver, and run it right down through there. Wipe it again. Because I'm able to get all of it off now. You think it'd be kind of challenging later on to sand it? It really would be. So we did one side, now we're gonna work over to our other side over here. We're gonna go right around in a circle. Doesn't matter which circle we go. We're just gonna happen to use this one over here because the piece is already over here. My X goes against my sign, just like when we did it. Now remember on this here, you see how I held it like that to sneak it down in? Right, so we're gonna put a little bit of glue. I'm actually gonna do a little bit less glue this time. All that this is doing is preventing the mirror from falling forward. All right. So it is functional, but it's also decorative. All right, so here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Remember, I'm gonna hold this out right here. Down in, and then back in. And some more glue came out down here. Probably gonna be a pattern. Does this fit together mighty fine down here? You like the way that looks? I'll tell you what, that's a nice crisp joint. That looks really good. I like that. Cheech and Chong would be happy with that one, I'll tell you what. Beautiful. 6 inches down. Beautiful. Down here. Shot a little bit of a blank right there. Make sure that we're tight down here, which we are. Beautiful. Once again, we're going to go ahead and clean this here out. Beauty. All right, so guess what, Matt? You're going to try the next one here, my friend. So we're going to move it right on out. I'm going to kind of help you out a smidge. So we'll leave this here, down in this corner. And we'll move this one here down here. We know it goes like this, so which side are we going to put our glue on?
Side of the X. Okay.
Just a little bit. Real slow, nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy. Alright. So, yep, put that side there down in first. Nice, yep, we want to keep it nice and down. Yep, okay, put this one down right on that, alright. And then hold right out on that, and then sneak it back in. There you go. Perfect, look at that, huh? And glue came out the other side this time. No, both sides. Woo! Tell you what, this bad boy's gonna be glued in pretty good, huh? Holy smokes. Alright. This joint down here doesn't look too awfully bad. It's off a smidgen, but no big deal. It's more so just the pressing of it in. So we're gonna come down here. Go ahead and grab your nail gun. I'm gonna help you out. So I'm gonna help you actually place it. Go ahead and put it in there the way you think it's supposed to be. So we're actually gonna go like that right there. Good, beautiful. Now, do we have anything in the middle holding that? Hang on, hang on. So we're gonna put this one right here, and you're gonna press it back in. Well, hang on one second. Just, I guess that's okay. We're gonna press it really good in. Hang on, nice and easy. Perfect. Beautiful. And this down here, remember that we do want to press down in. Oh, okay. Yeah. Beautiful. Outstanding. And we got to wipe some glue off of that right there. Had to take that out. Make sure, you should almost see that glue kind of like roll up along the blade. Don't be afraid of nice and crisp down through there. And wipe it several times. All right, that looks pretty good. It's nice and tight down through here. I like that. And then this one down here, it's out a little bit in this corner, but I think that when we put this piece here in, I think that we're going to be in great shape, to be honest with you. So we're going to move this over. And let me give you the glue. All right. Here's the side of the X. It is. So why don't you think we want to put a lot of nails in these pieces?
The glue holds it better.
The glue does hold it better. What do you think we're going to have to do with all those nail holes?
Fill them in.
Yeah, and if they're not set, we have to tap them in, which is going to be a little bit tricky too. So, all right. So I'll put this one here down in first. Yep. Don't be afraid of holding that bad boy out. Yep. All the way down in if we can. It's the trickiest one down here. All right, look at that. That's a beauty right there. Make sure this is down in. Oh man, that's beautiful. Yes, sir. Got a pretty decent looking joint down here. That one's not too bad up there. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's nail it in. Remember, when we hold it, we want to hold it kind of like on like a slight angle, kind of down and in. And nice and easy. Hang on. Looks pretty good. Beautiful. I'll go right about there. Nice and easy. All right. Beautiful. And right about there. Beautiful. All right. And let's get one right about there. Beautiful. All right. Let's take a look-see gander. Got a little bit of glue that came out down there. And guess what? Remember I told you this corner down here was a little bit loose? So we got to clean the glue out of that as well. The glue is a lot easier to get out right now. Later on, that's such a small little area. We'd be fighting with it, trying to sand it out. You'd be fighting with me, trying to say it's good enough and all that. So just get it out now. This is the last piece. I mean, the only thing we have to do now is fill in a couple nail holes, set the little brads where they might not be. Believe it or not, when we fill them in, we're going to fill them in at the very end with a coloring crayon. So depending on what color this kind of winds up being, we'll take a little bit of a crayon at the end. We're just going to color it in. You're going to be in pretty good shape. So let's take a look-see gander. I'll tell you what, man, it looks pretty good. The only other thing we're probably going to do once we get out of the video here is, I see we have my first little brad that I put in right here. We're going to set that in. We're going to find the smallest nail set that we have, and we're just going to lightly tap it in. This down here I can tell is in enough. Any that might be sticking out just a smidgen, we're just going to lightly tap them in. Like this one here needs to go in just a smidgen. Other than that, we're going to let this bad boy dry. As it's drying, you're probably going to hit it up with some 150, and next video we do, we're going to be staining this up. So I'll tell you what, it looks really nice. Looks really sharp. So finally there. All right, nice job.